So I'm sharing a tool with you called Class Tools that I think will help to support our students who need translation support. It's only going to work on Chromebooks. You cannot use this on your desktop. So the teacher has to be on a Chromebook and so does the student. I'm going to click on this new icon that you'll find at the bottom of your screen, which is Class Tools, and it opens up this setting window. I'm going to choose Students so that I can add my students. It's going to pull from Google Classroom. So my thought is that you would either go in and choose the Google Classroom that already exists and then select the students that need some kind of language support, because it's going to have closed captioning at the bottom, or you would create a particular classroom just for students that you know need assistance, and then you don't have to go through and select which ones need it. So this particular class only has one student, which is our test student, and I'm going to go ahead and add it. And we have our test student device right next to us that we'll be able to show you on. So now I have to go back, and if I have any resources that I want to share with these students, I can add resources by going to Google Classroom assignments, any open tabs that I have on my computer, or any links that I want to add. In this case, I'm not going to add any. And now I'm going to go down to Captions and Translations, where I'm going to turn on Show Captions on my screen. And you'll see at the bottom that it's going to start to capture my language as I speak. At this point, I have to start the session. So I hit Next, and the session is set for 60 minutes. And I can either have them focused on those tabs or those things that I preloaded under Resources, or I can click Explore, and they're free to move about the Chromebook. So I'm going to do Explore, and I'm going to start the session. So now any student that is in my Google Classroom is now going to be in that session. So when we click on that purple button at the bottom, it pulls up the class session. But I have to go back to Captions and Translations and turn on the ability for students to be allowed to use captions and to allow students to translate. So now you're going to see at the bottom of this screen that it is reading the same words I'm saying in English, but we can then change it to, let's do Portuguese. So Anna is going to change the language to Portuguese. On mine, you can still, it's still collecting my language in English. There we go. And then as I keep speaking, it will now change right over to Portuguese. And the student will be able to see that on their screen, whether they're in this or not. So Anna, if you go out to the internet out here, it should still, yep. So the student can still go and do whatever it is that you're working on, but it will translate at the bottom. So let's go back to Class Tools, the purple, yep. And we're gonna change it to Urdu. So let's go to the translation in the text box. Nice. And let's try Urdu. As you can see, there are many, many languages that are supported in this tool. And as soon as we make the switch, you can see that the font and the language has changed to Urdu. So again, this can support students who need closed captioning at the bottom in English or something in their preferred language so that you can support them and meet them where they're at. If you have any questions or if you have any trouble, just reach out and I'll be happy to help. Thanks.